Guild Wars 2 is a massively multiplayer role-playing game containing a living, breathing world. I've always heard players talk highly about the community behind the game, but up until now I've never really understood why. This is why I chose the Guild Wars 2 subreddit for my exploration into how an Infinity space takes a player beyond the game. When I first joined the Guild Wars 2 subreddit, I started out as a lurker, or someone who just observes but does not participate. I used the 14 features of Affinity spaces described by G and Hayes during my initial investigation. The Guild Wars 2 subreddit is open for anyone to read, but in order to contribute and comment, a free Reddit account is needed. The only customization allowed in this space is the icon, known as Flare, next to your handle. For myself, I chose the Thief icon because that is the profession of my main character in-game. Outsiders would most likely have no idea what these symbols represent. The front page consists of the most popular posts as voted by the community. Also on the front page are links to help new and returning players become acquainted with the game. There are a few basic rules that need to be followed when posting, such as no game exploits or hateful comments. Posts breaking these rules are deleted, and repeat offenders can be permanently banned by one of the moderators, whom are also regular players of the game. On each post are threaded comments for discussion. It is not uncommon for conversations to branch out into many different discussions. Developers from ArenaNet, the creators of the game, actively participate in this space as well. They can be identified with this special icon next to their name, though they hold no special power over the rest of the community. Posts receiving a developer response are, however, tagged to let members know. The developers will frequently hold AMAs or Ask Me Anything after a game update is released, which allows new and advanced players to interact and ask questions about the game design. This keeps players invested in the game and feeling like they have a say in the direction it's going. A few of the main posting categories that encourage a participatory culture include questions, fluff, art, and request. These are automatically determined based on the content of one's post. I spent the majority of my time looking at fluff and art because these categories seem to require the least amount of game knowledge and were easy for all players to enjoy. There are many forms of media production occurring in this community. I noticed many members love to take screenshots showing off how good the game's graphics look, as if they were framing real photographs. Others tend to create YouTube videos with a very high production quality.
As you level, you will unlock utility slot skills here in your hero panel. If you are unsure of how to...
Wallpapers, character drawings, and concept art are also very popular. Members have even commissioned these talented artists to have their own in-game characters drawn. Contributing to a community such as the Guild Wars 2 subreddit allows members to gain more knowledge collectively than anyone could individually. Members will often share their character builds and even use the game's API to create useful tools such as this event timer showing when the world events will take place. Whenever new content is released, the devs generally leave it up to the community to discover everything. There are a number of hidden achievements that have been discovered by the community, which I never even knew existed. Supposedly there's still one achievement that is yet to be uncovered. Some members have developed a more in-depth knowledge around certain aspects of the game. One community insider is well known for his 30-minute analysis videos of a 1-minute game update trailer. He seems to know a lot about the Guild Wars lore, and likes to speculate on what might happen as the storyline progresses.
Today, the news did drop. I am loving the very quick, sudden releases after news comes out. Head of the Snake, episode 4 of this season of The Living World, is coming out.
Another member has learned how to data mine the game and figured out what the devs have added to its code, but have not unlocked for us to play yet. Even with this power, he has been respectful not to share major content spoilers that are coming. He typically just reveals new character skins that will be available soon. After my initial exploration, which helped me gain an understanding of community norms, I felt comfortable enough to begin participating. My participation initially began by posting comments on other people's posts. This includes my interaction I had with the dev in-game, my feelings toward PvP, a mode that puts players against other players, and my frustration after getting disconnected right before I was about to complete one of the hardest achievements in-game. After seeing that screenshots seemed to be popular in the space, I thought it'd be fun to share some screens from when the game first launched. Unfortunately, my first post didn't generate too much activity besides a few comments. I was a little discouraged, but I didn't give up. I ended up finding another screen showing how one of the in-game maps looked 5 years ago, as it's a very different map today. All I said was that I missed this place. This post was tagged as fluff, but made it to the front page and got me a lot of internet points. On a serious note, it started a larger conversation than I thought it would. Some players agreed with me that the old map was better, while others disagreed, saying it lacked character. Even with this disagreement, the conversations still remained civil and made me feel connected with the community. Affinity spaces give people a sense of belonging. Observing and contributing to the Guild Wars 2 subreddit has shown me that nurturing affinity spaces do exist on Reddit. All the strengths of this space come directly from its members. Meetups are common, and the community has even thrown their own in-game events, such as this March Against Cancer. Well-known contributors to the community have also passed away, and the developers cemented the legacy in-game by creating gravestones for them. There are various levels of learning taking place in this space. Some members have simply learned how to become better at the game mechanics, while others have become prosumers and create content. I even made some discoveries I wasn't expecting, such as learning about the built-in Windows 10 game capture tool to easily capture gameplay. Not every space is without its problems. The biggest limitation in this space is that it's based off Reddit's voting system. This leaves some posts with less interactions, or they just get ignored altogether. I would also occasionally come across negative comments on my own post from people making fun of my playstyle, but that was pretty rare. Overall, I felt more comfortable learning in this setting than in the traditional classroom. Partially because I wasn't restricted to what someone else wanted me to learn, and I could interact in multiple ways. For me, the space has become a necessary component for my play in Guild Wars 2. It's the community, after all, that has kept this game active after 5 years.